Welcome back, everyone. We're returning to SoulCalibur with SoulCalibur 2. I think playing Soul Blade and SoulCalibur is really going to make me appreciate this one. Because this game still looks great. This was like mind-blowing graphics when it came out, and it still is.
Transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
Our first newcomer, Cassandra, Sophidia's little sister. Yun Sung, he's the replacement for Huang in this one. Not a fan of him. There's good old Killick, Xianghua, Maxi, my boy Link, the best guest character SoulCalibur has ever had. Talim. Not a fan of her as like playing, but I do think I like her as a character. Taki and Ivy. Another newcomer, Raphael. And Amy, who would be playable in later games. Not in this one, though. Necrid, probably the dumbest new character. Necrid's barely even a character. He's just like a landfill of other moves from other characters. Link is responsible for a lot of the fans that SoulCalibur has. A lot of SoulCalibur's current fan base is Nintendo fans because of him, myself included. I probably wouldn't even like fighting games if Link wasn't in this. Mitsurugi, returning veteran character. The man himself. Nightmare. This version of Nightmare is still the series mascot. Warrior! Inferno! Cheater final boss. It's amazing that even that pre-rendered cutscene still looks great.
SoulCalibur 2.
A lot of the time, pre-rendered cutscenes are the part of a game from this time period that has aged the worst. I don't know what I did wrong here. A needs to be G. I think that's right. A and G. Do we have any double binds? No, I think that's good. I need to get this set up like I don't know. Whatever it is confusing because it's Gamecube. Who knows? I knows. Let's just jump into a round of arcade mode with my boy Link. From what I've read, he is like most of the tier lists people put together for this have him dead last, but I don't know. I sense some salt in those tier lists. Who cares where he is? Link is cool. I don't know, maybe I'll feel it. Maybe I'll be able to tell now. Oh, another mistake. Need to. Yeah. We don't play SoulCalibur in English. We do not play SoulCalibur in English around these parts. I don't think the English dub for these games is bad, but I have an emotional attachment to the Japanese cast. Sound settings. Surround. I guess that sounds fine. It sounds good even with my headphones on. If I'm missing something there, I'm unaware of it. Whip.
Versus Cassandra.
It's so goofy the way you can make them like yell at each other in the loading screen. I'm going all out.
Battle 1. Fight.
I could probably increase the difficulty here. I think I'm a little bit better at this one than I am first SoulCalibur. Yeah, already doing guard impacts at this difficulty? Okay, maybe I shouldn't increase the difficulty. A lot of Link's move, like, simply will not hit the computer on higher difficulties, like that one. His spin moves are so slow to charge that they're so easy to guard. Blech! Oh, this one only had 2 rounds to win the fight. I might increase that. I kind of like how SoulCalibur 3 does it. Or, 6. Look at him. Doesn't he look great in this? As far as I know, this is like the highest detailed version of Ocarina of Time Link that exists. And we also got a completely new set of voice clips from Nobuyuki Hiyama. I'm gonna need to hit the training mode with Link if I want to play as him, because my moves with him are pretty stale. I think this here, if I can get it to land. I didn't get the second part of it out. Shoot him up in the air with the arrow like that. And then, whoops. Oh yeah, he can jump. He can kind of jump around a little bit. Shoot him up in the air and then following it up with this attack is like, the computer just can't do anything about that a lot of the time. You can like win the game with that combo.
Versus Maxi. A man rises
Oh my god, they look, their faces look really good compared to the first one. Some of them. Like I said, when I was playing SoulCalibur 1, I think Sophidia looks better in SoulCalibur 1. But Cassandra's more of the star of the show in this one. She's the newcomer. Cassandra is one of my mains. Link, because he's designed for new players, he has a very easy ring out grab, which I will show you here. Come on, Maxi, come over. If you've got the onions to back yourself up against the edge of the stage, you can take him out with that grab. You get to see him smile too. Link doesn't smile too often. He's a very serious lad. I think he smiles in Twilight Princess a few times. He smiles at Midna. When you play as Link, you have to watch out for what I like to call the stance dance. Link has weapon stances if you hold buttons. I think that's how you do it, yeah. So like if you take his bow out and you just start pressing other buttons, you'll just like repeatedly take out the other items without actually using them. That's how you can spot a newbie button masher. I guess taking out his weapons would count as a stance, right? There's only one move you can do out of it. You just have to remember to hit the same button. So like kick takes out the bombs, horizontal takes out the boomerang, and vertical takes out the arrows. Yeah, is this on normal? SoulCalibur 2's AI is crazy with the guard impacts. Oh, it's button combinations too. Okay, I see how it is. You can just take them out on their own. That was a good noise. Good Link noise there. One of the things I'm glad they changed about the sequels is how you do grabs. Grabs are only A and G. There's no B and G anymore. B and G is kind of hard to reach over to. Shoulder buttons are duplicate binds, though. They're just guard, so you could rebind B and G. I would suggest rebinding A and K and B and G to the shoulder buttons. It was easier to do with the Gamecube controller. I'm using an Xbox controller for this. Shh, don't tell anybody. It was easier to reach across the buttons on the Gamecube controller because A was so big. The only one that was difficult to do was B and K. I think Yoshimitsu is the only character that has a B and K move.
Versus Ivy. Her resolve is stronger and more tragic than any other.
Her resolve is stronger than your boner.
Battle 1. Fight.
We'll just see about that. Oh! Ugh. Oh! Man. She looks great compared to SoulCalibur 1. Big improvement. I think the only aspect of the characters that really show their age in this is their faces. Faces are a little strange looking. Some of them. Oh man, she's not messing around. Gotcha. Link's so small that it went over his head. Link's a little feller. You don't really think about it in his own games, but you can really see it in this game. Especially compared to, like, Ivy. I want to do the one where he spanks them. One of Link's grabs, he, like, jumps on their back and spanks them with the sword. Angry Link.
To his own ambition.
I love this game's soundtrack too. Even the soundtrack is great. It's a little bit more like electronic music than a lot of the other SoulCalibur games, which is why I like it. That's what I'm talking about. On higher difficulty, they will always guard that shit. I think the only way you can really get that off is if you really anticipate like a long attack.
Battle 2. Fight.
Cat! You gotta do them jumping around moves with Link. Here we go. This is gonna be it. Oh, he dodged it. Yeah. You don't need to worry about the fact that Link is like low tier when you play single player. It doesn't matter. It's only for like tourney stuff.
Versus Raphael.
Look at him hopping around over there. Okay, Raphael's face is a little creepy looking. But maybe that's the idea. I always thought he was kind of based off of David Bowie. You know the Japanese like Bowie. Alright, this is nice. I have a little bit more variety with Link. My knowledge of the other games is making this more fun. I haven't played this game in probably 10 years, maybe? I'm excited to see Weapon Master with a relatively fresh pair of eyes. Blah! I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm kind of kicking ass with Link here. I have never played the HD version of this. This is just the GameCube version. Link, well, yeah, this couldn't be because Link wasn't in the re-release of this game. Didn't they like rebalance some stuff? They like changed the characters for that version. I kind of want, like, if there's a character that's broken in a particular version of the game, just leave it. Like, who cares? Just focus on making the next game better. You don't have to tweak the old stuff. Just gonna stand there? This is an unusually non-aggressive Inferno here. He's just kind of like circling me. Shouldn't have said that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. This level, yeah, we're having some frame rate issues with this. I'll try to make fights with Inferno quick. Damn, you can even guard impact grabs? This one is very guard impacty. Good job, Link. Man, he looks so cool in this one. Still my favorite version of Link. Link came to this world in order to defeat the evil which threatened Hyrule. After a long journey, Link finally succeeded in sealing away the terrible evil. In doing so, he not only saved his homeland from peril, but also maintained the tranquility of this world. Link then quietly left this world. A faint echo of his ocarina was all that remained. You win! The profile for Link is now available. Extra arcade mode. That's the mode that lets you choose weapons. And man, there are some good weapons in this game. I think SoulCalibur 2 still has the finest selection of weapons in the series. Everybody gets a version of Soul Edge, and a good amount of them get a version of SoulCalibur. Or some, like, variant of, like, a holy type sword. Museum, character profile. Demo theater, character ending. Okay, that's just Link's ending. Let's take a look at him with the Goron tunic on. It's really hard for me to decide which one I like better, this or 6. 2 and 6, I think, are the best games in the series. Link, birthplace, Hyrule, weapon, sword and shield, weapon name, Master Sword and Hylian Shield. Once upon a time, Hyrule's tranquility was shattered by the arrival of several disasters. The calamities brought dark, ominous clouds which shut out the sun. Surprisingly, it came to light that a magician was to blame for the disasters. Just as the people were about to lose all hope, the sun miraculously returned. Link, who was summoned by Zelda to find the cause of the disasters, successfully defeated the magician. The people of Hyrule rejoiced in the belief that eternal peace would rule. Unfortunately, this was not to be. It became clear that the magician responsible for the disaster was in fact controlled by an evil sword called Soul Edge, which existed in another world. Furthermore, the fragments of Soul Edge were gathering together in this other world. Knowing that the resurrection of the evil blade must be prevented at all costs, Link chose to travel to the other world and destroy Soul Edge. Link gathered his trusted Master Sword, Hylian Shield, and Ocarina, and set off on a secret journey. Ost-Rheinberg Chapel. The broken wall of the chapel reveals a somber scene of the castle ruins looming in the distance. The ruin is what remains of Ost-Rheinberg Castle that bore witness to the clash between Soul Edge and SoulCalibur 4 years prior. This chapel was the epicenter of the events surrounding Nightmare that transpired a few years before then. No one had dared to visit this chapel ever since, but mysteriously, some say that the chapel bell can be heard once in a while. Rumors say the bell rings itself in honor of the chosen warriors. Yeah! A series of yachts. Hey Link, want to relax and set up camp early? No way. Yeah. Camera. We got free camera stuff too. Eye contact. Something about Link's eyes is a little bit disturbing in this. I'm not sure what it is. Still looks great though. I mean, like, look at the resolution on the textures is really good. Man, this game still looks great. SoulCalibur 3, I think graphically is a slight step down from 2. Still a good game, but it's a little bit of a decline in quality. I think 3 may have been the first time in the series that there was a slight dip in quality. Okay, we got Link going. I don't even care about Necrid. Alright, I need to check out my mains in this one. I like Cassandra's 2-player costume better. I usually try to recreate this costume. I recreated it in SoulCalibur 6. Punishment. I'm to beat up on poor Talim. Talim is the series punching bag. There's no way Talim's ever going to be able to save her village.
Battle 1, fight.
Cassandra has really good kicks. She's got 2 stances. Sophidia has the quarter circle forward stance. Cassandra has a quarter circle back and forward. She also, I think she can go off to the side. You do the quarter circle forward and then up or down. She can do other stuff out of that. I think they removed the left and right input after the quarter circle in later games, which I'm okay with. It's unnecessarily complicated. She was DLC in 6, so she's like kind of crazy. What's the shield slap move? There it is. I think it's a slide. It's BA.
Versus Yun Sung. Youth and passion combined.
Is that all?
Create a hardened warrior.
Yeah.
Battle 1. Fight.
Not doing so good with Cassandra here. Her little shield guard impact thing is like pink. I guess all of her attacks are.
Battle 2. Fight.
Sis.
Versus Maxi.
Better watch out, Cassandra. Don't say her name. You'll summon her. She'll come spank you. Sophidia is the only thing that Cassandra fears. Big Sis's punishment. The stuff they say to each other in SoulCalibur 6 is pretty funny. Sophidia says like, Cassandra, you're making me upset. Cassandra's like, oh, I'm sorry, sis. When she says her little prayer at the end of the stage, I think she says something like, God, please give me... God, please let me escape my sister's wrath.
You win. Battle 2. Fight.
So much detail in the stage. Like a pretty waterfall back there. You can see some giant fish in the water when you get near the ship over there. So, is that Cervantes' ship? Is that the Adrian? Crunch. Thanks for that, babe. That felt pretty good.
Versus Mitsurugi. His motivation is the thirst for power.
Mitsurugi wants that soul edge.
Battle 1. Fight.
Mr. Yugi. Cassandra has a very good approach. That move there. Damn. Getting my butt kicked here. They don't seem to throw the guards off as easily as they did in SoulCalibur 1. I had a hard time getting any guards in that one. But this is only normal difficulty. I used to be able to play this game on the hardest.
Battle 2. Fight.
When you do that, though, it's just non-stop guard impacts. Shit. Mr. Yugi ain't having that.
You lose.
This is a very spammable move here. I think they nerfed this move in later games. Damn, dude. Fucking chill, Mr. Yugi. Holy shit. Can't be using continues on normal. Over here. Or this way, maybe. No, I think I'd translate that as over here. Wow. Astaroth still kicks ass in this one. But he looks like he's even bigger, too. Holy shit.
Battle 2, fight!
She doesn't have a kick out of that? I missed that, like, tornado spin that she has in 6. You get her fully torqued with a soul charge and do that, like, spin move. Shit's kind of OP. But hey, if she cost extra, she ought to be.
Battle 1, fight!
Oh, oh. I think that's a ring out move. Yep. I love this Egyptian stage. This is like the entrance to one of those really long dungeon areas. Oh, shit. Man, that's making me want to play as Nightmare. He's really good in this one. Soul Edge is looking, like, particularly disgusting this time around. God, it's not even that detailed in 6. I think that was part of the story, though, wasn't it? SoulCalibur was like, or Soul Edge was, like, missing a little bit of it. It's kind of meaty, like, on the outside, too. The meat isn't contained inside. No.
You win. Versus Charade.
That was a good facial expression. Charade is just this game's edge master. Ugu. Isn't Charade like part of Soul Edge? I think Charade became Nightmare in 4. Which is why he's like more monstrous. It's like Charade possessing Siegfried's armor or something like that. Cassandra is one of the only characters that I can juggle a little bit with, like a Tekken character. She can juggle with her kicks. She is so over this. She's got better things to do. If you let the terror take hold, you may just make a poo-poo pee-pee. Might be using a continue here. Unfortunately, that doesn't take any more health. The disrespect can't knock off any more health. And man, you need it for some of the... You would want it for some of the fights with him later in the story mode. Oh! That is such a cool move. It's a counter though, so like 90% of the time when I do it, he doesn't fly through him like that. Yeah, get fucked. No such thing. Never was. Wielding weapons once dedicated to Hephaestus, Cassandra vanquished the evil. Her sister's precious sword and shield bore the scars from countless battles. So great was Cassandra's concern about the weapons, she forgot that she'd destroyed the demonic blade. She need not worry, for surely her sister would be overjoyed with her safe return. Oh god, sis is gonna kill me! But the legend never dies.
SoulCalibur 2.
Necroid. Let's take a look at Cassandra's profile. We'll look at her normal costume. She's got that cute little hair thingy. What are those called? You don't see girls wear that too often anymore. Look at the stage first. Eurydice Shrine Gallery. This shrine is built high up a snow-covered mountain that is as beautiful as it is harsh. The scale of this temple is such that it is easy to believe that Olympian gods once dwelled in this place. Legends say Hephaestus, the god of fire and forge, built the main shrine on top of the summit. This is evidenced by the stairway that leads up to the shrine. The enormous steps are impossible for mortals to climb. Humans built this gallery around the giant stairway for their priests' use. In one corner of this meticulously built gallery is the place where a blacksmith couple gave an offering of a sword and shield to Hephaestus. The arms have disappeared from the altar, however. Who could have taken them? Cassandra looks into the camera and winks. Hee hee. Cassandra Alexandra. Age 21. Birthplace Athens, Ottoman Empire, Turkey. Height 5'5". Weight unknown. Refuses to reveal. She and Sophidia are very secretive about their weight. Birth date July 20th. Blood type B. Weapon short sword and small shield. Weapon name Omega sword and Nemea shield. Nemea? Nemea? Discipline Athenian style. Family father Achilles, mother Nike, brother Lucius, older sister Sophitia, brother-in-law Rothion, Sophitia's husband. Duh. Niece Pyrrha, she would be nephew Patroclus. Those two would be playable in SoulCalibur 5. Patroclus. It was 7 years earlier that Cassandra witnessed a mysterious Asian woman bring Sophitia back and draw out shards of the evil sword of her sister's flesh while treating her wounds. Therefore, when Sophitia disappeared again a few years later, Cassandra was certain that her sister had left to contend with Soul Edge once more. One day, after running errands for her family's bakery, Cassandra visited Sophitia's home. There, she saw a familiar metal shard. It was undoubtedly a fragment of Soul Edge. Angered by her sister's panicked reaction to the shard, Cassandra ran to the Hephaestus shrine. "Why are you doing this to my sister? How can you claim to be an almighty god? Answer me!" Cassandra screamed. Her voice reverberated throughout the desolate, hollowed grounds. Cassandra collapsed on the floor, worn out from shouting. It was then that she saw the metal fragment resonating with the holy sword blessed by Hephaestus. She realized then that Soul Edge was still alive, but she could not allow her sister to carry the burden any longer. Around the time when light began to filter in from the eastern skies, the holy weapon disappeared from the temple. They got like all the voice clips here. You could probably get some good reaction images out of this. Boy, those are some good noises. Take notes, aspiring voice actors. You gotta sell it. Japanese voice actors are really good at selling it.
SoulCalibur 2.
Let's take a look at Weapon Master. This is going to be the large bulk of this playthrough. The majority of this playthrough. We'll just keep it simple and stick with Ken. Ken. Chosen by history, a man becomes a warrior. Engraved into history, a warrior becomes a hero. I'm sure the other one was transcending history. Countless legends surround a sword known as Soul Edge. Some claim it to be the ultimate weapon. Others refer to it as the Sword of Heroes, a phantom sword with immeasurable power of spirits. This goes way too fast for me to read. I'm sorry. Soul Edge. You can just pause the game and look at this. Man, look at those other characters. It's like custom character shit. That's Edgemaster there. Well, they got some of the old... Those are like... That first group they showed there was like the old cast that didn't make the cut for the later games. One such warrior, you! This is your tale of souls and swords. My tale? Command menu. In Weapon Master, press start to open the command menu. Various controls, character, and weapon change. Mission, it's possible to change the selected character. Yeah, okay. I know all this. For an additional challenge, select a character that is least favorable for the mission. How about no? It's enough of a challenge trying to figure out which one is favorable for the mission. Acquiring weapons. One of the challenges in Weapon Master mode is collecting the bounty of different weapons. In Weapon Master mode, you may use any of the weapons in your possession. Moreover, you can use the weapons you collected in the extra modes. Hidden extras. There are numerous secret features in Weapon Master mode, but it is up to you to find them. Good luck. I found some secret stages in the first SoulCalibur. I wonder if this one has the same thing. You just like move the mouse around. Okay. I don't want to rely on Nightmare, because like Nightmare, Ivy, Astaroth are my mains. Let's get some Link action in here. This is the only game that he's in, so we might as well enjoy Link. But I will play as the other characters. Some of them. Chapter 1. You stood before the entrance to the proving grounds in the land of Regulus, famous for its skilled swordsmen. You predicted that your journey to find the legendary ultimate sword, Soul Edge, would likely be a difficult one. Therefore, you traveled to Regulus in order to polish your fighting skills before setting off on your quest. After passing through the gate, you found a man standing before you, blocking your path. Blocks your path? Halt! Halt! You who seek mastery of the way of the warrior. Halt! You... Halt! You who seek mastery of the way of the warrior. We have no interest in those who lack potential. First, you must prove your worth. It seemed you had to fight this man to prove your strength and determination. Seeing you take hold of your weapon without a moment's hesitation, the man grinned and said, "Well, looks like we've got a lively one here. Good. I think this one's got some promise." Your training buddy in this one is Mitsurugi. Proving grounds. I sense your determination. I'm impressed. After a few bouts, the man said this to you and patted your shoulder lightly. You've been accepted into the Regulus Proving Grounds. Oh, that wasn't him saying that. Whatever. Your training began the next day. It seems that the man who tested you, Edgar, was also to be your trainer. We'll start with the basics. Taking your weapon in hand, you waited for Edgar's next words. Mitsurugi, aka Edgar. Samurai of the Fire. Oh man, I love this song so much. Confrontation. This song still gives me chills. Press A to perform a horizontal attack. Try hitting me with it. You need to memorize their code. Their little short, or their abbreviations for the buttons. Don't worry so much about what your controller's buttons are. In fact, that will confuse you. Press B to perform a vertical attack. A vertical attack is good for countering your opponent's horizontal attack. Press K to perform a kick. Most kicks are quick attacks. They're good for catching your opponent off guard. Press G to guard. Let's see you guard. You can't win the battles if you can't defend against attacks. It's not flashy, but it's critical to master. You can run by holding down the D-pad, control pad, both. You can move about freely once you get used to it. Try running around. Perfect! By running around, you can adjust the distance to your opponent, as well as dodge attacks. Press AG or BG to throw your opponent. Don't forget that it only works in close range, though. Try throwing me. It's always a good idea to try throwing your opponent whenever you are close. Next up is Guard Impact. This one's a bit tricky. First, I'll show you how it's done. Okay, give me your best shot. You can repel or parry the opponent's attacks by pressing G with right or left on the D-pad. Now it's my turn to attack. Show me that you can pull off a guard impact. Be careful of the timing. If you successfully guard impact and attack, you will have a significant advantage. Last lesson is the soul charge. You can gather your strength by pressing A, B, K. Now, show me your strength. Z is the shortcut key, so whatever the R1 equivalent of your controller is. Soul charge increases the strength of your attacks. I'm a big fan of it myself. Show me how well you can use it. Very good. You've passed my test. Now here's a little something for you. $600? Holy shit, man. What do you say you and me go get some chow, Edgar? We worked up a sweat from all that training. Let's get some chow and scope the babes at the local tavern. A road to a new stage, Bulwark Ruins, is opened. This is another great stage. This is Xianghua's level. Utilize all that you learn to defeat the enemies. Bulwark Ruins. Having completed your basic training, you traveled with Edgar to the advanced proving grounds of the Bulwark Ruins. After a half a day's walk, you arrived at a crumbling rampart. This defensive wall was created during a war here in Regulus. At that same time, this proving ground was built to train the soldiers. Our predecessors claimed victory using the skills they honed in this place. Today, we train here with diligence to honor that history. Edgar stopped walking and gazed up at the wall, speaking to no one in particular. But, pathetically, there are many who cannot handle the training and leave satisfied with their half-learned skills, only to lead lives as bandits and thieves. Looks like they've come out to welcome us. You too were aware of the three figures that watched you from a distance. Grinning, Edgar turned to you and said, I bet it's been a while since you've had a chance to just go wild and show off what you've got. With your training, these guys shouldn't pose any threat to you. We'll just call this part of your training too. Utilize all that you learn to defeat all the enemies. It's a shame they didn't have custom character stuff, because this would have been perfect for it. You just have to pretend that it's not really Killick. Oh, it's the gang! Killick, Xianghua, and Maxi. Can you keep up with my sword? I don't know why they don't translate those. Oh, maybe it's just because it's this mode. They do normally. Xianghua's a big girl now. Look at the detail and like the unevenness of the blocks on the ground. I mean, just look at the detail of everything. That's the Erhu version of that song. For some reason, the soundtrack version of this song is with a violin. I much prefer the Erhu version. Congratulations. A road to a new stage, something. Warriors Trial Grounds. Overcome the enemy to clear the trial. You don't even have to scroll to the bottom, they just tell you up on top. Shh. Heaven forbid someone should have to read. After much rigorous training at the Regulus Proving Grounds, it was time for your final challenge. If you succeeded in passing this test, you would be recognized as a full-fledged warrior. The test consisted of combat between the disciples themselves. There were no restrictions and no special conditions. Only those who made good use of what they'd learned and arose victorious would pass the test. It would be a test of all of your training. Attempting to control your rapidly beating heart, you stepped into the arena. Your opponent was already waiting for you. I've been watching your progress for quite some time. You're a worthy opponent for my final test. Saying this, your opponent readied his weapon. I'll be fighting you with everything I've got. I expect no less from you. It's the dude, isn't this the dude that is like Leon? Isn't he with you for like most of the story? Like you keep bumping into him. I'm not going to spoil anything. But it gets pretty good. Yeah, don't do that move. Just do not do that move, period. Ugh. None of the spin moves like ever land. You might be able to get like the short version of it off sometimes. But don't even bother trying to do the charge versions. Lakeside Coliseum, my favorite stage. It's a good cage match, too. Thuban. Chapter 2. The Journey Begins. If you're in search for Soul Edge, you should head east. If you're in search of Soul Edge, you should head east. Past the land of Thuban lies the free city of Bennetsnatch, with its never-ending flow of people. Perhaps you can gather information there. Following Edgar's advice, you set off toward the east. You did not know if you would really find information about Soul Edge in Bennetsnatch or not. But it was better than wandering aimlessly. You turned to look back just once. You win this time, said Leon after the battle, but I'll catch up to you soon. Tomorrow, I'm going to take the test again. Oh, and I've heard you're searching for the Soul Edge. If that's the case, then we'll surely meet again. It seems we're rivals with the same goal. I'm looking forward to our next encounter. You faced forward again and began to walk. Your journey had begun. Oh boy! This is pretty well written, too. I love this. I remember reading this to myself a long time ago and thinking, man, I should make a video of this. And now I'm doing it. Land 20 hits on the enemy and survive the round. Thuban Ferry. Yeah, the ferry. We at the Thuban Ferries there. That is where the ferries are. You found your path blocked by the Great Thuban River. Following the river in search of a place to cross, you soon came upon a ferry boat crossing. You immediately headed for the pier, but it appeared to have been abandoned for some time, and there was no one else around. Fortunately, there was still a boat remaining, but as you prepared to launch it into the water, a human figure appeared before you. He claimed ownership of the boat and demanded that you give him all the money you had in exchange for the right to cross. He was obviously a bandit, preying on travelers in the area. You sighted and drew your weapon. You sighed and drew your weapon. If you hit him a few times, odds are he'd just give up and run away. Isn't this one Voldo? Yes, it is. Bro, can you even see with that mask on? Nice cod piece. I wonder if this does all the hits. Let's see. Did like 3? It sounds like it's a lot more than that. Oh shit, I gotta go faster. Almost didn't clear that one. Village of Arsh. Strong gusts constantly push you, and I guess I'll read that at the end like I did with the other one, SoulCalibur 1. Village of Arsh. After crossing the Thuban River and heading east, you came upon a small village. Judging from the fishing nets hanging dry in the sun, this was a fisherman's village. A commotion in the village square piqued your interest, so you headed over to take a look. There you found the young people of the village engaged in a test of strength. They fought one-on-one on a wooden scaffold. A champion eventually emerged, but just when you thought the hubbub would subside, the crowd's excitement grew. You looked around to find the source of the commotion, only to realize that you were the cause. The villagers had learned that you were from Regulus. They pushed you up onto the scaffolding without giving you a chance to speak. You found yourself facing the young champion. You didn't notice when you were down on the ground, but up on the scaffolding, the wind was strong. It threatened to blow you off the platform at any given moment. Strong gusts constantly push you and prevent you from stopping at the edge of the stage. Defeat the enemy under this condition. Wind. Talim singing her wind songs.
Entrust your noble soul in your sword. Final battle. Fight.
Even this, it looks like even the stuff in the background moves faster in this stage. All the clockwork for the windmill. Black. Oh god. No. No. Yun-sung, stop. He's like cutting me off. Oh! You shit. Hey, Link actually has legs above his thighs. It's not like Ocarina of Time where they just disappear.
Versus Yun-sung.
Ooh, he's mad now.
Watched over by the Almighty Ones, they unleash their fury. Final battle. Fight.
Oh my god. Okay. Not the smoothest victory, but I'll take it. Minkar Mine. Having defeated the hero of the village, you expected to be torn apart by the crowd, but instead, they seemed genuinely impressed. Even the young man you defeated praised your Regulus-trained fighting skills. You quickly made friends with the straightforward, honest villagers, but it seemed they had a problem. The mine upstream was poisoning the river and killing the fish. They were planning to send people to speak with the miners, but the miners were a violent group, and the river people had no choice but to prepare for the possibility of a fight. Having come to like these people, you soon found yourself agreeing to help them. As expected, the negotiations did not go well. The miners immobilized the villagers with poison and forced them out of the mines. Due to the poison, however, they couldn't even make it back to their village. Fortunately, it seemed you had not drunk very much of the poison. You infiltrated the inside of the mine. You needed to get the antidote to save the villagers, even if you had to take it by force. Navigate through the enemy-infested dungeon and defeat the boss. These are really cool. This is one of my favorite parts of this game.
Fate conspires.
The music that plays in this is great. It like there's like 5 different versions of it, and it slowly escalates. There's a, I think, would you call it a medley? It has like all 5 of them combined. There's a version of it like that. I think it's on the album. That version of it is in SoulCalibur 6. And you pretty much will never hear it unless you play training mode. 'Cause it's like 5 or 6 minutes long. That, what I just did there, the way I like ducked under her grab, I didn't even do that intentionally. This game, like, trains you. My hands do things without input from my brain a lot of the time. That happens in Smash Brothers sometimes too, but usually just in this one. In Smash Brothers, it's hitting guard for like tech lands and stuff. My index finger just kind of like goes off on its own sometimes. Even like if I'm watching the videos while I'm editing them, my index finger will start going when I need to do a tech land. I like the embroidery on his pants. That gold embroidery is really pretty. Oh, this is a short one. I guess just to get you used to the concept of it. In case you're impatient.
Desires a sword, and a sword desires truth.
Not a big fan of this costume for Yoshimitsu. I like the multiple faces, but the rest of it, I don't really care for. I don't think Yoshimitsu looks that great in this one. He has some cool looking weapons, though. All the different little flags that he has are really pretty. Yeah, get out of here. Did I get a weapon? Class up. Hell yeah. Yoshimitsu is now selectable. Bennett Snatch. Snatch. Chapter 3. The Restless Bennett Snatch. Bennett Snatch. Their boss defeated in front of their eyes, the miners looked as though they would attack at any moment. But Shiro stepped forward and silenced them. You idiots! Just how much more do you plan to embarrass me today? He promised to provide an antidote to the fishermen and agreed to discuss this situation. Your mission to mediate their dispute was a complete success. The rest was up to them. It seemed Shiro took quite a liking to you. Even as you hurried to leave, he practically dragged you back and insisted that you and the people of the fisherman's village join with him in a feast. I've met guys like him before. They act tough and bully people, but all they need is to be slapped around themselves. They need to be put in their place, and then they treat you like you're a bro. Groose is like that in Skyward Sword. The next morning, you bid farewell to everyone and headed out east through the opposite side of the mine. After traveling for some time, you eventually caught sight of Bennett Snatch in the distance and could feel the change in the atmosphere. The performers and travelers on the road increased in number, and you could hear the voices of peddlers above the noise of the crowd. It was clear that Bennett Snatch was a thriving, bustling city. Carnival! You've been surrounded by crowds ever since entering Bennett Snatch. Listening to the conversations around you, you learned that today was the day of the monthly carnival. You decided that it would be best to just relax and enjoy the festivities. After a little while, you heard excited shouts from up ahead. Stopping to take a look, you saw a lone puppeteer crying out in frustration. A crowd of people had gathered to watch the out-of-control mechanical puppets. With the huge crowd in the way, you couldn't even pass through the area. Seeing no other choice, you stepped forward to put an end to the rampaging puppets. The noise of the crowd increased as people began to place bets. Wait, please! Those are my custom-made puppets I ordered all the way from Shadar. Please don't wreck them. The puppeteer pleaded with you desperately. You sighed and thought up a plan. It looked like the fastest method would be to knock them out of the ring. You cannot hold your footing at the edge of the stage. Defeat the enemy with a ring out.
Versus Charade.
Man, I'm telling you, even the little descriptions they have, like, it paints an image.
Their battle.
You can really visualize what's happening.
Final battle. Fight.
Ooh, almost got him there. Oh, shit! God damn it. Could have grabbed there. Charge attacks or like slow attacks like that are one of my weaknesses.
Versus Charade.
I either just stand there and guard, or I guard impact too soon.
And a sword desires truth. Final battle. Fight.
That is a weird looking alternate look for
Ring out.
P2 Soul Edge. Charade is now selectable. Does Charade change the properties of characters? He seems like he makes them bigger. But we've got a choice now. Alright, I'm gonna switch. I kind of want to play as Nightmare. He's so much fun in this one. I'm not gonna play as the Nightmare, though. We'll use his alt here. We'll save that. We'll save actual Nightmare for later. Talitha Gambling Den. Oh god, it's one of these. No? Okay. Not what I thought. Talitha Gambling Den. You found yourself standing before a small arena. Judging from the sight of smiling women and frustrated, tearful men, it appears that they were holding gambling battles. What, women know how to gamble but men don't? In no particular need of funds, you planned to simply pass on by, but then a familiar voice called out to you. Long time no see. How's it going? Turning around, you saw that Leon was there. He must have succeeded in passing the final test after you left. You felt somewhat nostalgic as you recalled your memories of Regulus. When asked if you had found out anything about Soul Edge, you shook your head. Leon looked disappointed, but quickly cheered up and said, I see, neither have I. Hey, as long as we're here, how about a match? It's been a while since our last one. It seems this ring is booby-trapped with a few tricks, but it shouldn't be any big deal. The sound of cheers and groans erupted from just behind you. It seemed the previous match had just ended. Receive heavy damage when knocked against the ground or wall. You splode. Well, you can say that again, Siegfried.
To arrange their battle. Final battle. Fight.
Dude, Nightmare is like perfect in this one. He has such a good, like, he just feels so smooth. You can just have like never-ending combos with Nightmare in this one. He's got an eyeball nibble. A new road to Bennett's Snatch Harbor. I want to do this one. I think this leads down to a different area. Difda Temple. Traveling through the foothills on the path to the temple atop the mountain overlooking Bennett's Snatch, you stopped to rest at a tavern along the way. A tavern at the entrance to a temple. That's just like this city, you thought to yourself as you opened the door. Upon seeing the inside, you gave a wry smile. It seemed that the temple itself was running the bar. Acolyte priests scurried back and forth, serving loud, rambunctious customers. You sat down at a small table and tried to relax, but a fight began brewing right beside you. A man carrying an enormous amount of luggage was surrounded by a group of drunks. You planned to avoid trouble, but then their leader kicked your table out from under you. It wasn't your style to just keep quiet after such treatment. You drew your weapon and dragged him outside. The man with the luggage took advantage of this chance and quickly disappeared. Your opponent, perhaps cowed by your aggressiveness, held back and maintained a defensive posture. This called for extensive use of throws. Throws are more effective. Defeat the enemy.
Versus Raphael.
It's Raphael again. This guy gets around.
Gruesome quest to search for the ultimate sword.
I need to play as some of the other characters too. I want to mix it up a little bit this time. Oh, that's right. Grab him. I don't know what I'm doing. I wonder if you can do unblockable stuff too. Oh, yeah, he's just gonna move if I try and do that. That activates him. Oh, and it's time too. Just grab him a whole bunch. A new area, Shadar. Subchapter, Sacred Treasure. As you walked along the mountain path leading from Bennett's Snatch to Shadar, you came to understand just why it was that so few people used the passage. It was little more than an animal trail. You made your way south down the path, suffering nicks and scratches from the thick foliage. You learned of this shortcut from the man with all the luggage in the bar at the entrance to Difda Temple. After the fight, he reappeared and told you about it. To show his thanks. Shadar was well known among adventurers, an ancient civilization that vanished long ago, left behind countless ruins in the area, and even in the present time, there was still a never-ending flow of travelers visiting Shadar in search of knowledge and treasure. The man explained excitedly that he had discovered a new ruin that no one had seen yet. He had returned to Bennett's Snatch to gather supplies for exploring it when he got involved in the trouble at the bar. In recognition of his debt to you, he revealed his secrets. As you continued along the path, you eventually came upon a half-buried ruin. Your heart began to beat faster. Doki Doki. Difficulty 4. Oh man. Already? You had been searching for the entrance to an old stone temple. You heard that no one had ever gone inside it before, but there were clear signs that people had been inside already. In other words, your chances of encountering scavengers inside the ruin were very high. Valuable artifacts were found often in these sorts of ruins. Thus, there were always treasure hunters milling about. It was reasonable to assume that, for the sake of protecting what they dug up, they would attack first and ask questions later. That's how valuable the relics of Shadar were. If you were going to make it back out alive, you'd have to keep your guard up. You spent a few moments peering into the entrance, but soon steeled yourself and stepped inside. Warrior? Can you change characters in here? No. I guess Nightmare it is.
The fighters face a gruesome
Oh, it's the Berserker one. This one's pretty cool.
sword.
It's just a whole bunch of Berserkers. Who is Rock?
Final battle.
I think Berserker looks like crap compared to Rock, though. Oh, Jesus. Oh! Come on, get closer. Let me ring you out, fucker. Oh, hey, he doesn't have that move. Oh, yeah, he does. Holy shit. That was close. Almost got me on the first guy.
The almighty ones have granted you a sword.
Gold Berserker. What did he call me? Pussy! Damn it. It's easier to guard when you're in other stances in this one. I think that was one of the things that made Nightmare suck in the first one.
The almighty ones have granted you a sword to cut your own path. Final battle. Fight.
He doesn't look that berserk to me, I don't know.
The fighters face a gruesome quest to search for the ultimate sword. Final battle. Fight. Knockout. The fighters face a gruesome quest to search for the ultimate sword. Final battle. Fight.
Ooh.
The almighty ones have... Final battle. Fight.
Oh, man. It's one of them explodey ones. Well, I guess I can see how this is a 4-star difficulty already.
Watch. Final battle. Fight.
Oh my god, fuck you, Berserker. Yeah, get out of here. Ain't got time for your bullshit.
Now, two souls are fiercely entangled. Final battle. Fight.
Hey, I can do that too. I think.
Knockout.
Alright, man, chill out. Goddamn.
Entrust your noble soul in your sword. Final battle. Fight.
Oh. This can't be. This isn't even the hardest version of this.
Now, two souls
I think there are 2 versions of every level. Once you beat the story one time, it unlocks the harder versions of everything.
Final battle. Fight.
Hey, if you're gonna start me off with like a half health, then no shame in them ring outs.
Entrust your noble soul in your sword. Final battle. Fight.
Oh my god. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You stomp. Quarter circle kick. That one's gonna come in handy. Once the real rage begins.
Entrust. Final battle.
Entrust.
Fight.
Oh cool, I'm getting health back. Those are my berserker noises.
The fighters face a gruesome quest to search for the ultimate sword.
Pussy!
Final battle. Fight.
Amazing how, like, just playing this again reminds me of the terrible humor that I had when I was a kid. That was probably the funniest thing ever to me, that it sounded like he was saying pussy. I think I took the long way around. That's fine. You get money and XP.
Entrust your noble soul in your sword.
What does leveling up even do? Besides change your name.
Final battle. Fight.
Oh man. See what I mean about like the infinite combos? Even in 6, Nightmare doesn't have that anymore. Siegfried kinda does. This one was hidden in here. I'll bet he's got some good shit.
Gruesome quest.
He's probably gonna be hard and has like a lot of XP and money.
Fight.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Isn't it amazing how fun it is when you win and then infuriating when you lose? Acquired Reiter Palash, a weapon for Raphael. First weapon acquired.
The fighters face a gruesome quest to search for the ultimate sword. Final battle, fight!
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, God, he like slipped through the ground. Damn it. Oh, I almost got his ass too. I knew he was going to turn that around on me. I think some of these guys are actually like really hard. I'm just wrecking him like right off the bat. He almost ringed me out right off the bat there. Yeah, this guy is like really tough. Only 200 gold from that? Wait, I'm not getting any... I didn't get any XP from that fight. Is it just money?
Watched over by the Almighty One.
Oh, that's right, you can buy weapons too. I forgot about that. There's a shop. Brrr.
Final battle, fight!
Blah. Alright, we gotta be getting close to the end here. I don't think this one's particularly long. Some of them are very long.
Entrust your noble soul in your sword. Final battle, fight!
Man, I am horribly, I'm misjudging the distance there badly. No ring out that time. Had to do that the good old-fashioned way.
Watched over by the Almighty Ones, they unleash their fury. Final battle, fight!
Oh! Damn it. He went low. Thought he was going to go high, but he went low.
The fighters face final battle, fight!
Blood, 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 blood. No XP, only gold. Weird. Maybe completing the entire thing will be a good XP payout.
Over by the Almighty Ones, they unleash their fury. Final battle, fight!
Oh, Jesus. I don't think I got a single hit in on that one. It's a good thing I chose Nightmare for this. I'd have been having a rough time if I went with somebody I'm not too good at.
The final battle, fight!
Come on, come over here. Come closer. Okay, this can end soon.
The fighters face a gruesome quest. Final battle. Fight.
This is a little teeny stage. This particular costume for Nightmare kind of looks like he's turning into a tyrant. With all them eyeballs. Even the big eyeball on Soul Edge is a bit reminiscent of that. I guess that was just a look that was popular in Japanese stuff, in video games back then.
Final battle. Fight.
Acquired side harp. A weapon for Talum. Harpe.
The fighters face a gruesome quest to search for the ultimate sword.
You're no rock.
Final battle.
Bangu! I don't think so, chum. Whoa! You got me with it anyway. Ooh, that was almost a ring out. Haha, no. Alright, here we go. The finale.
Versus Berserker.
Squardian.
Now, the two souls are fiercely
My boy Squardian.
Final
Phalanx.
fight.
I remember this one. Jump! One of the rare times in this game where you actually want to jump. Whoa! Oh! Fuck. This can't be.
Versus Berserker. The Almighty Ones have granted you a sword to cut your own. Final battle. Fight.
My God. Fuck you, man. We're permanently in earthquake mode here.
Versus Berserker. Now.
Maybe I should just ignore the earthquake and, like, attack him as I would. Or maybe I could wring his ass out. That's right. That's right. Extra team mode. Extra team battle mode. That's the 3-player thing. That mode's kind of neat. It's much better in this one than it was in SoulCalibur. Bennett Snatch Harbor. You know what? I'm going to stop here for today. This has been a good first session of SoulCalibur. There's going to be more Weapon Master. I'm going to try and beat the whole thing. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time with more SoulCalibur.